really bad. Townsville obviously really good, and congrats to Townsville. Thought they played really well. But like we said to the girls post game, like we won 3 of the 4 quarters. We just lost that third quarter so badly, and just couldn't get some things to break our way, as you'd expect. An elite team makes you pay for that. And yeah, 1 quarter at this time of year that badly hurts a lot.
What was the halftime message?
It wasn't to score 10 in a quarter. Just cleaning up some things on both ends of the floor. I think when we got it right, we were pretty good. And when we, as always, when you don't get it right, we look pretty poor. So just cleaning some of those things up. But then, yeah, in the third, like we couldn't get our ATOs right. We couldn't get our schemes right with some of the things. I just, yeah, don't know what happened. Clearly that wasn't the instruction at halftime.
And what do you think went wrong in that third quarter?
Yeah, I don't know. Towns was a great team. I think we fell apart execution-wise. Like Ryan mentioned, simple things like ATOs we were messing up. We just lost focus.
But then you cut a 19-point lead into 5 there at the end. Can you take some confidence from that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to process right now, I guess. Yeah, definitely take some confidence from that, and I think we were good for a majority of the game. I think there's a lot of stuff we can clean up, but yeah, definitely take confidence from that.
Brian, you've got 3 days, I think, to flip that result. What do you go about? How do you go about that?
Again, we go and cut up some film, especially the third. Again, yeah, we just have to clean up some stuff in our own backyard. Again, Townsville were great. They got some things to go their way. And even just like we'd get a really good defensive possession executed, and then we couldn't get a defensive rebound. And like that in that third quarter, it felt like it all. And this will sound like a discredit to Townsville. I don't mean it that way, but it just felt like every time we just needed a break to go our way, we couldn't get one. So like the Maley 3 that goes in, there's an offensive rebounding foul. We'd get a stop, they'd get an offensive rebound, they'd score a layup. We'd get a stop, they'd get an offensive rebound, they'd go shoot free throws. And it's like, and again, they're an elite team, they'll make you pay for it. So I don't mean that as a diss at all, but at some point, like, you've got to try and win the ball game.
Which of your players did impress you?
Which players did impress us? Geez, that's a question on the spot. Amy, because she's sitting right here. Yeah, I need time to process. Cool. Craig? Is that, sorry, so that's why the 3 points went back up on the board?
That was the message we received from the broadcast.
Okay, that's not the message we were given on court at all. We were trying to work out where that came from. We got told three got called as a 2, but we couldn't work out why it jumped from, I want to say 63 to 66 or whatever the numbers were. Like, it was all. Yeah, no, we didn't. We certainly weren't told what you were told.
Okay, well, going back a bit, do you still feel that the decision to deny the 3-pointer at the time was the turning point of the game?
No, again, I don't like the losing team writing the history or writing the story. Like, we lost. So, like, the story is for Townsville to tell, not us. I don't want to come into a post-game blaming a umpiring incident or a clock incident or whatever. Like, we lost. In fairness, my immediate post-game reaction was, at the time, like, we were running in mud a bit, like we were getting a lot of things wrong. We were just kind of hanging in there. And then that went against us as well. But we were already struggling. And we just kind of needed that circuit breaker to go in to keep us afloat, and then it didn't. Or got ruled out, waved away, sorry. So I don't want to use that as a cop-out because we lost the game. I thought we were in trouble before that. Yeah, no, and again, this kind of goes back to the ATOs and the game plan pre-game and coming out of quarters and half times. Like, we talk about getting a domino to fall, and they're very clearly doubling Hahn a lot down low, which is great. We're now playing 4-on-3. And it's something we wanted to find more than what we did, and then just wouldn't do it coming out of quarter time breaks, coming out of ATOs. That's absolutely on us, and we'll be cutting film and showing our players pretty point blank, like why we're trying to do what we're trying to do in offence. Because, yeah, certainly the game plan isn't to get her that fewer touches.
Now you're heading back home with obviously such a different scenario. How do you approach the next couple of days?
Yeah, well, long flight home, as always. Again, we'll go through it, I'm sure, similar to Townsville. We'll go through it with a fine-tooth comb and find what we liked and what we didn't like as random doors start opening. That's horrible timing. Oh dear. Next couple of days, yeah, we obviously got to get on a plane. We'll cut a boatload of film. The girls will get their recovery done. The answer's pretty bland. And then, again, front up on Sunday.
Now, that is a great question, Amy, to ask this sort of after a loss, always ever after a win. But Sunday is a pretty big day for women's sport in general in WA. Like the Matildas who are going to rock out opposite, and you've got your playing for the grand final in front of a sold-out Perth Centre. Can you talk about how big that sounds women's sport in general at the centre of the WA female sporting universe for the day?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, selling out HPC has kind of been a goal for us and obviously the front office all year. So to get 4,000 or 5,000 or whatever it is people at HPC for our game too is awesome, and it's great for women's sports, great for women's basketball, great for the league. And yeah, obviously the Matildas being in Perth too. With all the momentum they come in with the World Cup a couple of years ago, I think women's sport is a really awesome point, and it's really surging, and it's awesome to have two great events in Perth and everyone getting around it on the same day.
Hey guys, just Seth from AFH. Just got a couple of questions for Amy. It was kind of talked about during the week that there is a little bit of a rivalry kind of happening between Perth and Townsville. Did you kind of feel that there was a little bit of kind of added emotion on that course there?
Yeah, I've played Townsville every year. My 4 years in the league, the first 3 years we've played them every year in the semis, and now we face them in the finals. So I think they're probably the team I've played against the most in my short WNBL career. So yeah, I mean, Townsville is always a really good team. We've been really good, strong in finals as of late in the last few years. So yeah, there definitely is kind of that, I guess, media hyped up outside. I think at the end of the day for us, it's just they're standing between us and a championship. So I think there's always going to be that feistiness from both sides.
And I think that one of the biggest storylines kind of surrounding Perth is how you guys have won a championship in 1992 and you kind of break that trend. How much is kind of a conversation of that this week, just in training?
Not at all, really. I mean, we've not to kind of ignore it, but like it's been a conversation I think around the club for years. Like it's something brought up in pre-seasons. It's like, cool, we haven't won one in 34 years. For me, being from Perth, like that's obviously a huge motivation for me to bring one back to my home city. But yeah, I mean, for us, it's just about the next game. As cliche as it sounds, for us, it's, yeah, we want to bring one home to Perth regardless of how long it's been.
Anyone else on the team?
Yeah. Ryan, first of all, congratulations on the game. But it looked like, from the first half, you guys really were playing really tight and had a good measure of Townsville. But then in the third, the Townsville defense really started to get into a situation where the game got away from you and forced you into playing catch-up ball. Do you feel that forced the team to hurry shots and maybe try some lower percentage shots to try and close the gap?
In the third,
Yeah.
yeah, as I said before, like the offense in the third was just funky, and part of that is clearly Townsville, and give Townsville credit for taking us out of our stuff. And in fairness, part of it is also us just not executing at all, whether it's coming out of ATOs, quarter time breaks, whatever. Just could not find our packages, could not find our stuff. And again, it's a bit of both. Whatever percentage you want to put on each is up to you, but we did a really poor job of that. Because again, defensively, well, you hold them, but we keep them to 22, 22, 24, 22. So that didn't really change too much. It was our offense that went from 22, 23, 10, 24. So again, certainly something we need to look at and sort out because it wasn't the game plan at all.
And at the back end of the fourth quarter, it was a good fight back. You really closed the gap again. But then you just started to run out of time, and it looked like it disrupted your momentum a bit.
Sorry, you're really hard to hear, mate. So that last bit, we made a comeback.
Yeah. At the back end of the fourth quarter, it was a really good fight back from the team.
Okay.
But you just ran out of time, and it seemed like the clock was forcing you to disrupt your momentum a bit.
Yeah. Yes, we ran out of time. So I don't know. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. I don't know how to answer that. We did run out of time, which made us play a little bit faster. Yes. I don't know how to answer that. Sorry.
And finally, Amy, on the floor, it looked like you guys were finding it really hard to get any room in the third. Was there anything specific that you saw that you felt Townsville did to disrupt your game?
No, I think they were pretty consistent defensively the whole game. I think in the third we lost focus and didn't get into our actions, weren't executing. So yeah, I think it's all stuff we can fix and it's in our control.
That's it for me, thanks.
Cool.
Perfect. Thank you. Tough. So I don't know how I meant to answer that one.
Yeah.
You ran out of time.